Right, here we're going to talk about looping constructs available in Python. Under that, we have while loops and the for loops. I hope some of you may have already done a looping constructs in other languages. Right now, here we'll see how to use the while loop first in Python, and thereafter we will see how to work with the for loops. Right. Okay. Mainly, there are two type of loops available. Remember. While and for. Right now, the while loop start with the keyword while. Right then, here in the loop, right, the main requirement is as long as the condition is true, we can repeatedly execute statements until the condition become false. Therefore, as long as the statement is true, the statements will get executed. Therefore, right now, for an example, if you want to print, let's say, the same thing for 10 times, we could use a loop. Or like if you want to have numbers printed from 1 to 100, we can use a loop. Otherwise, if you want to print 1 to 10 numbers, then you have to copy print statement like 10 times. No? But since using a loop, you could do it using very less number of steps. Right. Okay. Let's see how can we do it. Right now, right now the condition has to be true. No? Therefore, if you say while true. Right now, if I have while true, and you can have one space, you just need to have indentation. Print, let's say, hi, and let me save this inside the desktop, ex folder, and ex.py. Right, cd desktop, ex, and then you can have py, ex.py. Right now, you can see the loop is infinite. Right now, this is running infinitely, but you don't see that it's running, but you can see here, this has running from like now, it's for sure it has run more than millions times now. Okay, in order to see that, how many times it has run, let's see I is equals to 1, and we'll say print, I, comma, the I value, and we'll increase the I value by 1, I plus equals 1. Right now, let's interrupt. Like now, if you end up with like infinite loop, press Ctrl Z, and that will interrupt the loop. And then like now, we'll run this. Now you can see how fast it is running now. Right now, it has like more than 70,000 times it has been executed now. See how many times these two lines has ran now, more than 150,000 times. Right now, how fast these statements, how many times these statements has run now, you can see. Right now it is running infinitely because now the condition I have given true. Therefore, this condition will never become false because it is true, hard coded. Therefore, this will run infinitely. Therefore, this will run infinitely, and then this is how it gonna looks like. If you wanna stop, press Ctrl C. Right now it is nearly 500,000 times it has run. Right now, if you press Ctrl C, it would stop. Right now, I can say I can control this. Let's say while I less than 10, I can say I less than 100. I could say I less than 100, print I and I value. Now it would starting from 1, it would start from 1, and every time it will get increased by 1, and then it will run up to when I become 100. When I is 99, it would print 99. When I become 100, then this won't print. Therefore, this would stop by 99. Therefore, this is how you use a while loop. Alright, now try out this. And if you don't need the high, you can just print the high value. See? If you want to have the 100 and up to 100 values, you can say less than or equals to 100. Then it will print from 1 to 100. Then if you want to start from 0 to 100, 0 to 10, you can say 0 less than or equals to 10. Then it would start from 0 and it will goes up to 10. 11 values get printed. Right, only 10 times it has to run. You can say less than 10, less than 10, 0, less than 10, then 0 to 9. It would be printed. This is how it's gonna go. Right, now I want you to try this while loop to get, okay, now print get the summation of 1 to 10 numbers. Sum of 1 to 10 numbers, thereafter 1 to 100 numbers. Sum or the total of 1 to 10 numbers. Or total of 1 to 100 numbers. Try out quickly. Okay, then here now this is how you get from some values from 1 to 100. Right now it gives you sum is 5050. Right now what I want you to do is I want you to calculate the sum of, right, okay, now first ask user to enter 10 numbers and get the total. Ask user to enter the 10 numbers and get the total. Get the 10 numbers and get the total of it. User inputs, right? Okay, now not the 10 numbers. Let's say first you have to ask from the system how many inputs, and then if you say 10, then the system has to take only 10 inputs. If you enter 20, then that has to consider, that has to ask, right, and like if it is 30, then it has to run for 30 times, likewise. Then, yes, calculate that. N number of inputs, ask user to the number of inputs first, and thereafter get the number of inputs as defined, and then get the total. Okay, in this scenario, first you need to get the number of values user required. N equals int input. You ask number of inputs, number of inputs. Right now, you say number of inputs, and thereafter, I starting from, let's say, 0, and then sum is equal 0, I less than n, and then sum equals sum plus I. Right, that I value we need to start from. We have to get the again input. We have to get the inputs now. Then P is equals to input value. When sum equals sum plus T, then I plus T equals 1, and then you can put the sum up. Right now, here, if you say 10 inputs, right now you can say 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 3. Right. Right now you can see here the value gives you that 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Right. Because you asked 9 inputs on or 10 inputs on. Likewise, you'll be able to do this. Right now, here, now, right now using a loop. Right now here, again from the, let's say 10 inputs, I want you to display how many even values has been entered. That means here, first you will keep on asking user to enter number. Let's say first you ask how many number of inputs first, then that number of times loop gonna run, and then you're gonna calculate how many even numbers user has entered and what is the total of even numbers. That's what you're gonna do. Quickly try out. But you can run this. Right, 10 inputs it will take. And then it says sum of numbers up 1 to 10 numbers total is 55. The number of events given is 5. And then you know already the number of events are 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Even if you want, you can have the event number total as well here. Right, now that is very easy question, right? Now, let's say I want to run this program. Okay, I want to print the multiplication table. I want to ask you to enter a number, and that number's multiplication table I want to print. I want to print the given numbers multiplication table. Okay, I want you to try.
So what is the question? I couldn't understand.
Yeah, ask user to enter a number, right? Okay, then you get the number here. And then let's say if user enters 5, the multiplication table of 5 has to be printed. Let's say up to from 1 to 15. 5 into 1 is this, 5 into 2 is this, 5 into 3 is that. Likewise, multiplication table, I want you to print. Is that clear? How can you do that? Easily, I starting from let's say 0, and you want to display up, you want to loop to run until 15th time. Right, then here we need to display what? Print. We need to display the I value, or sorry, n value, and we need to display multiplication 9 into whatever the value, and we need to have the I value, and we need to have the equal sign, and we need to have the n into I value. Right. And the same time, I has to increase by 1, I plus equals 1. If it is 5 times stable, if it is 6 times stable, likewise we'll be able. This is how you print the multiplication table of using a while loop. Multiplication table of any given number using a while loop. Right. Let's say you have given a number that I'll let you think and do it in a little while. Right. Mm. Okay, try to find the factorial value. Factorial value. Calculate the factorial value using a while loop. Let's say factorial of any given number. For an example, factorial 5 is represented by this. Factorial 5 means 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. If it is factorial 2 means 2 into 1. Right, then if it is factorial 1, that means 1. If the factorial 10 means 10 into 9 into 8 into 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Likewise, therefore, ask user to enter a number, and if any given number, calculate the factorial quickly. Calculate the factorial value for user given number. Right. For the factorial value, right now, okay. Right now, I have received three answers. Right. Let's see. Right now, you have to ask what is the number to find the factorial. Number to find factorial. Right. We ask you to enter the number to find the factorial. Right. Then we start from. I start from 1 because like multiplied by 1 will won't do any harm, right? And then the f factorial value, let's say, is equals to 1, and y I less than or equals to n, right? I less than or equals to n. We have to say factorial equals factorial multiply equals I, and then we can increase the I value by 1. I plus equals 1, then you can say factorial value of factorial n is f. If it is factorial 5, 120, factorial 425, factorial 2, 2, factorial 1, 1, likewise it will give you. If it is factorial 6, it has to be 120 into 6, right, 720. This is how you calculate the. Right, this is how you calculate the factorial value. Right now, here, if you want to start from the, like now the, here if you, we said I is greater than, less than or equals to n. Right now, what if I want to change this, I is equals to n. Right now, I want to start from I is equals to n value. I is equals to the n value. I starting from the n value. Then I starting n value, and then here how I'm gonna do it. Then every time I values are, I value is greater than or equals to I value. Right, that means I value is greater than or equals to, always you have said I value is greater than or equals to 1. I value is greater than or equals to 1. And if I do it like this, what will happen? Right, but right now, why the loop is not stopping? Right now, do you see what's the wrong here? It seems like infinite loop. We have encountered with an infinite loop. Where we need to change, what we need to change. Oh, do you see anything? Tell me quickly. What's wrong in this code? Like now, here I'm starting I is equals to 1. Then I thought of starting I is equals to n. Do you see where we have made the mistake or in order to make this loop as an infinite loop, or how to fix it? Yes, tell me quickly, what do you think? How to correct this code? There are some logic is incorrect. Then how to fix it? I hope you can hear me, right? Can you all hear me? Can you hear me? Right. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, sir.
Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Do you see any like there's something wrong in the logic right now? That's why this loop is infinitely running yet. Now this is infinitely running. See, the cursor is blinking. Now this is running, but we don't see it. Therefore, now how to fix this one? What do you think? What would be the issue here? Okay, quickly think. Okay, tell me quickly, and you can easily figure it out if you go through the code. Like now, by looking, only you have to look at these 4 lines, no, 5 lines. Then think and tell me. Okay, take your time.
It has to be I minus
This one has to be
has
I
to be
minus.
I minus.
Right. Okay, let's stop this and then let's run it again. Yes, exactly. Right. Thank you. Okay, that is how you start from the higher number, or you start from a smaller number and you increase the I value until I reach to n. Or I starting from a higher number and then you get down to whatever the number one. This is how you do it. Right. Then, okay, now we know how to find the factorial value as well. Right. Then I have another question. You need to run the program right now inside a loop. Okay. Inside a loop, if you hit a break statement, inside a loop, if you hit a break statement, the loop will get stopped and it will exit from the loop, immediate loop. Right now, for an example, you say I is plus 1, I values are less than 2, or equals to 10. But I'm going to say here, if I is equals to 3, if I equals to 5, I'm going to say break. I'm going to say break. If I is equals to 5, I'm going to say break. And then here I'm going to print the I value as well. I'm going to print the I value at the beginning. And I'm going to keep on printing the I value. And if I is equals to 5, right now here, it will break. And then let's see what's going to happen. Therefore, there's nothing to do with the input. Here, there's no point. Starting from 1, therefore, it will keep on printing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And when I equals 5, it hits the break statement. When it hits the break statement, it will exit from the loop. Right now, it will exit from the loop. Therefore, when we have break statement, right now, even the condition is true, and even there are some more statements, some more number of times the loop has to be executed. If the break statement hits, it will immediately exit from the loop. When I equals 5, the loop will stop. Therefore, when the cursor hits the break statement, it will immediately exit from the immediate loop. It will exit from the immediate loop. Right. Therefore, remember, if you want to stop the loop, you can use a break keyword. Right. Now, my question is, right now, I want you to make a guess, right? I want you to make a guess. And this is how it has to be, right? Right, and send it to me. You have a guess, and you'll ask user to enter number from, let's say, 1 to 100 or 1 to 20. You will say, I have make a guess in between 1 to 20, and okay, right now, insert the values in between 1 to 20. You will limit it. And then user will insert the number. Right now, for an example, our guess is 10. Let's say user has entered 8. You're going to say guess is low. Guess is low. Right. Because, and then if you enter, like now, for an example, if we have made a guess as 5, and the value we have, the secret is 5, and you guess 10, then you're going to say guess is high. The number is okay. You can say guess, guess is low, or whatever the you can say secret is lower than this, or the number is lower than this, or number is higher than this. Likewise, you will say until user enters the correct value. Once user enters the correct value, it has to say you found the number, you made the guess correctly, and it has to display the value. You made the guess correct. That is what you need to do. Okay, you need to display like the input's gonna be like, for an example, okay, too low. All right, now you say too high, too low, too high. Likewise, it will say, and then if it is correct, you can say wow, you guessed it, and you guessed it, and then the number you can say, and then you have to stop. Right? Ask user to enter number, like you can say enter number in between 1 to 20 or 1 to 50, and then you can check whether how can you do it. Right. Send it to me via chat, please, quick. Bye. Right. Okay, what you need to do here is now you need to ask user to enter the while loop. Right now, we need to have the while loop. Right, while we have the secret number, then we can say while true, infinitely this will run. Okay, while true. You can ask user to enter the guess in the input, make a guess between 0 to 20. You can check if the guess is correct. If the guess is less than, if the guess is less than, if the guess is, let's say, greater than, if the guess is greater than the secret, if the guess is greater than the secret, then I'm going to say, I'm going to print guess is too high. If the guess is greater than secret. If the guess is else if the guess is smaller than, if the guess is smaller than secret, I'm going to say too low. Else, I'm going to say that means only obviously it has to be the same. Else, I'm going to say right now you made the guess, therefore, wow, you guessed, correctly, you guessed it. You guessed the number, you guessed it, right. The secret is, we can say, secret is, we can display the secret as well. Now we need to stop this immediately. Therefore, we're going to have breaks because we need to stop the immediately, right? Right now, what is happening here? Here, else keyword, semicolons are missing. Right now, we don't know the exact number actually, right? Here, make a number in between 0 to 20. Like this, we have. If it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, that time it is 6. We don't know the number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, this time also it's 6. Alright, is it? No, not 6 this time. 7, 8, 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17. That time 17. Right now, this is a random number it will generate. Now, here, since we have given 0 to 20 range, that will generate a number in between 0 to 20. And that's how it's going to work. Is this clear? Right. And then, is this clear now? Right. Then I want you to figure out and tell me. Okay, right now I'm going to delete this. Right. Let's say I is equals to 1. And if you have while I less than 20, while I less than 20 or I less than 10, I'm going to say if I equals 5, I'm going to use the keyword continue. I'm going to use the keyword continue. And then I'm going to print. Right now, I'm going to start I 0 and then I'm going to increase the I value by 1 here. I plus equals 1. And I'm going to print the I value. Right. Okay, now run this one and tell me what's happening here. Please tell me what is happening in this code. What happens with the continue keyword? Tell me. What happens with the continue keyword? Yes, what's happening now? Tell me. Here, what's missing here? What is missing here? If you look at this code, what is missing there?
Number 5.
Yes, 5 is missing. Now, what has happened? Like now, remember, if you use the continue keyword, like now, when the continue keyword hits, it will ignore the rest. It will ignore the rest and it go to the next iteration. Therefore, when I equals 5, it the printing happens at the end. Therefore, at this point, it goes to the next iteration, ignoring the rest of the values. Therefore, when the continue keyword hits, it will stop the current iteration and it will continue with the next iteration. Therefore, it will stop the current iteration and continue with the next. Therefore, remember that if it is a break statement, it will stop the loop. It will exit from the immediate loop. And if it's a continuous statement, It will stop the current iteration and continue with the next. It will continue with the next. Right now, I think we have done some enough exercises with the loop, right? While loop. Okay, then one question you need to think and do it right now. Let's say I have a number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that I want you to print in reverse manner. Right now, this is not a string, okay? It's a number, integer. Take it as an integer and then print the number in this format. Ask user to enter any number, 5-digit number, or any number of digits. You need to reverse it. I will give you hint as well, right? In order to get the number, for an example, okay. Right now, from this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 12,345, how can I get 5? From doing what? How can I get 5? You have 12,345. How can I get 5? By doing what? Arithmetic operation, right? You have to do some mathematical operation. Then what should I do? I don't know the number. Let's say I don't know. It is a 5-digit number. I want to get the last digit. How can I get it? By doing what?
Get the modulus by 10. I mean,
Okay.
divide by 10 and get the remainder.
Okay, that means modulus by 10. Right now, modulus by 10 gonna be what? 5, right? Okay. Now I want to get the next number. 4. How can I get the 4?
Modulus by 100? No, wait.
Then it's gonna be 45, right?
Again, divide by the modulus by 10.
Right, then here you can leave it by 10 then. Then the answer going to be what? 1, 2, 3, 4. Then that number. Right now, while you are getting the modulus, at the same time, you can divide it by 10. Then you have this number. Then from this, you can get the modulus 10. That means 4 you can get. And the same time, you can divide it by 10. That's going to be 1, 2, 3. Now from 1 to 3, you can get the modulus. Then that you will be getting 3 modulus by 10. And you can same time, you can divide it by 10. Then you have 1, 2. Then 1, 2 modulus by 10 will give you 2. Right? And then you can divide 12 by 10. That is 1. Right now you have the number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now then it's a matter of all right, now again it's a matter of having the pattern. How you can have the number divided right now here. This value you can assign it to one variable, and then you can then divide the number by 10. Likewise, you will be able to, if it is n, if n equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then if n equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then I could say n modulus 10 you can retrieve somewhere. Then I can say n equals n divided by 10. Right now this is again n, right? Then n modulus 10, right? And then I can again say n equals n divided by 10, or n divide equals 10. Likewise, I can have here also I can say n divide equals. And again now this would be n now again. Now I can say n divide equals. Here this is n again. Right now I can say n divide equals. And now n would be 1. Right. Now this is n. Okay, now, okay, right now we can if you do it, let's say for an example, if n is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and until let's say, I don't know how you're going to do this, but we'll think right now how you're going to do it. Let's say while n is, okay, I is greater than 0. While I is greater than 0, I'm going to say, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to print the value. Then it's up to you to think what I'm going to. I'm going to say x equals I modulus 10. Okay, we'll have it as n. It's easier, no? N and x equals n modulus 10. And thereafter, I'm going to say n equals n divided by 10. Right, then if you have division, then you will end up with decimal values, right? Then you don't need the decimal, therefore we'll go with the floor division. And then, right, at the same time, we'll just print the x value as well for the time being to figure it out what's going on. And also, if you want to see what's the n value also, we'll just print the x value. And also we'll print the n value as well. Just for our reference, okay? Now this is just to get an idea what is happening over there. Right, now let's run it. While I is greater than 0, I is not declared, yes, not I, then n. That has to be n. Right now n become, right now, okay, for the variable x, you can see I'm getting 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now you need to think away. Right now I have done the hard part. Right now this is how the n values are decreasing. Okay, correct. Now it's a matter of getting the reverse value. Now x value is giving you the number, and then think of a way to get this thing 54,321. Okay, not only 5-digit number, right? Even if you say one, right, let's say 9-digit number right now. Now this would work for the 9-digit numbers even. It doesn't matter for the number of digits. Now it is the logic is correct, working. Now it's a matter of figuring out how you build a number in reverse. Think and tell me the answer quickly. Right, the same way as we are deleting, let's say, right now we can have an value called result equals, we can have variable called results, and then results, we need to, let's say, right now, initially, we'll have the results equals 0. Results equals results multiplied by 10. Then results equals results multiplied by 10 plus the x value. Initially 0 into 10, 0, 0 plus x become 5. Then 5 into 10 become 50, 50 plus 4 become 54. Likewise, it's gonna go. Right. Then here for the n value, we can say int input the number to reverse. You can ask user to enter a number to reverse. Right, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And right, okay, then we have to just print. Okay, rather printing this, we can print the reverse number. result. This is how you do the reverse number. Right. Then this is how you do it. Right. And also, in the while loops, after while loop has finished, you can have else statement as well. If you want to say the kind of while loop has finished or something, right, then you can do it using while loop. You could put an else statement. While loop, you can have an else. That means else means once the while loop has the condition become false, it will execute the else statement. Once the while loop condition is false, then it will execute the else statement. Once the condition is false, it will execute the else statement. Once the condition is false, it will execute the else statement. Right? Right. Then okay. I think enough with the for loop, while loop, right? Shall we go ahead with the for loop? Right. Okay, now we're going to talk about the for loops. Right now, for loop also, we have the keyword for, right? Right now, for loop is also, I use the keyword for. Right now, normally we use the for loops in the collections. In Python, we have collections of data structures. Then we can, in order to iterate through these collections, we could use the for loop. And also, right now, if it is an string value, let's say, right now for, I can say I in hello, and I can print I can print I. Likewise, I can iterate through the string literal as well. Like now it will go line by line. Hello. Likewise, I could do it. Right. Or else in the for loops also, right now, if you want to run the exact number of times, we could use the range function. Right now, first we need to learn the range function. Therefore, before we go into the for loop, let's see how the range function is working. If you say range, right, if it is range 5, if you say range 5, and if you just display like this, it would display range 0 to 5. That means you can see, obviously, you have entered only one number, but here it's starting from 0 and 0 to 5 is there. Right now, therefore, I wanted to get the range values. Therefore, I'm going to say x equals range 5, and then I'm going to display the x values. Right. Then here, right now, okay, now I want to see what are the values for the range function. Right now, here, how can I retrieve the range function values? Right now, the range function is used to print the values from starting from 0 and it goes up to right now. Here in the range function, right now, here it has three values. Right now, the range function has, all right, start. Here it has start, and here it has stop, and here it has step. Right now, if you just say range and 10, now if you say range 10, that means that will be treated as Right now, start and stop. Therefore, now remember, the required value is the stop value. This is required. Right now, these are optional. If you are not given the start, then optional. Start is optional, therefore default is 0. Therefore, start is optional, default is 0. Therefore, if you are not given the start value, if you just say range, that means it will start from 0 to 10. It will start from 0 to 10. It will start from 0 to 10. All right, now if you are given like range right now 1 to 10, then you have given the both start value and the end value. Therefore, it would take as start value as 1, the end value as 10. Right now, the step. Step also is optional. Step is also optional value. Step is optional. Therefore, if you are not given, default is 1. But if you are not given the value, step value, it is optional. Therefore, it will increase 1 by 1 and it will go. If you say 110, still the step value would be 1. And if you have given like 3 numbers, like 1, 10, 2, that means starting from 1, 10, and it will increase the numbers by 1. Again, the next value by 1, likewise. Right now, in order to see this, like we can use with the for loop. Right now, keep this in your mind. And let's say we'll make it as a comment. Right now, for, let's say I in range, I'm going to say I in range. Okay, 10, I in range 10. I in range 10, I'm going to print the I value. Right now, initially when I say only one value, that means only the stop value given. Therefore, it will start from 0. Then start from 0 and stop value is 10. Therefore, up to 10, always it will increase 1 by 1. Okay. If I say 1 to 10, for range 1 to 10, now the start value will taken as 1. It goes up to 10. That means 9. It will print 9, goes up to 10. Step value would be 1. If I have given the step value, now starting from 1, every time the values get increased by 2, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 2 is 7, 7 plus 2 is 9, and goes up to 10. Now, this is how the range function is working. Therefore, remember, the range function has 3 parameters declared. The stop value is required, start and step are optional. Then if you have not given, those will use the default values. Therefore, start default value is 0, step default value is 1. Okay, try out quickly. Therefore, if you just define only a number here, 10, that means start value would be taken as 0, step value would be taken as 1. Here, if you have given, let's say 5 to 10, start value would be 5, stop value would be up to 10, right? And here, if you have given, let's say 1, okay, 3 to 20, okay, 3 to 25, and step value is 3. That means every time values get increased by 3 each time. Likewise, now, right now, since I need to have a space here, then I'm going to use the print. This is how the for loop is working. Right, now using a for loop, try to get the numbers from 1 to 100, print the numbers from 1 to 100 and get the total of values from 1 to 100. Quickly do it, get the total of values from 1 to 100 using a for loop. Total of 1 to 100 is 5,000. Right, okay. Okay, now get the 10 inputs taken from the user and find some max and the min values of it and ask user to enter. This is done already. Now do these two and then thereafter we're gonna go ahead with the nested loops. Let's say I have to enter 10 numbers 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 1, 0. The maximum number I have given is 6 and the smallest number I have given as 0. The total is 27. Okay, you have taken it as a float. Okay, right. May I ask why you have, what is this? Oh, my goodness, what is this? I have no clue. Yes, Dan, can you tell me quickly what is this? Purpose of this? I have no clue.
Sir, to ensure that it is a positive number and a minimum number.
Right, it is a positive number and a minimum number to ensure that it is a positive. Right now, max. Now, yeah, what do you mean by this? This symbol is what? That is what I don't understand. What is it? Okay, you convert to float, that I can understand. The rest, the others also may have this representation. INF means what?
Infinity, sir.
Infinity. Okay, that means you are declaring the negative infinity.
Yes, sir.
Right. Okay, that means the smallest ever number. Okay. Right. Okay. Now what you are doing is you are declaring the smallest ever number. Is it?
Yes, sir. In initializing the number to
Initializing the max variable as the smallest ever in this world. Right. Okay. The the infinity is the max. Whatever the very large positive number is the infinity. Right. Therefore, for the minimum, you're gonna set the infinity as the value. Right now, if you print, what this would print? Will this print anything? What this would print? Now you can see it prints infinity as the negative infinity and the positive infinity as well. Right now, okay. Now, may I ask Gan why? Sorry, Gan, not Gan, Gavin. Yeah, why you have converted into float? May I ask the reason behind that? The float. Why you have started the float?
in case they input decimal numbers or something.
Exactly, exactly. Right, great, great. Yes, right now. Otherwise, you may think that okay, now he has converted into float. Yes, even the decimal values, the negative infinity. Yes, with the decimals as well. Right, good, great. Okay, now I did not expect at this level. I assume that even setting 0 would be fine in this scenario. Right. Okay. Good. Great. Okay. Right. Then. Right. Number of vowels in the user input. Someone please quickly complete and give it to me. Then we're gonna start with the what Okay, I want you to print. Okay, now using continue keyword, right? In the for loop, I want, okay, after printing the vowels, I want you to use using continue keyword, using continue print only the even numbers from 1 to 100 using for loop, right? Okay, these are the two questions now I have. Okay, quickly do it and tell it. Send the answers to me. Right, Kevin, thank you for your answer. Yes. Now, vowels. You need to check for the vowels right now. How would you do it? Right, check for vowels right now. Let's see, one of you has sent me the answer. That is for the previous one, right? Okay, great. Now that also I will show you. Right now, you here you have put 0. Right now, the assumption is you need to make an assumption. That means the minimum value is greater than 0, and here's the maximum value is also greater than 0. That's what you need to assume in this scenario. Because even if you work with the negative values, now this won't work as expected. Right, then largest number entered 90, smallest number is 1, the total of numbers 171. Here, because you have set the max and min values as 0, that's the reason. Right, okay, now that is also correct. Right, now I want you to quickly calculate the number of vowels in a given statement, given input. Well, how many vowels are there in the input? Right, now how you do it? And using the for loop also, you can print the multiplication table as well, right? Now I will do that till you finish the vowel thing. Right now, let's say input number. Right now, we're gonna ask user to input number, and then we're gonna use for find range. Let's say from 0 to 16. I want to print up to 16. Right, then I want to print but I want to print the number which is n multiplied by I, n multiplied by I equals n multiplied by I. Yes. This is how you print the multiplication table as well quickly. Right now, how many vowels have we done it? Not yet. Okay, quickly do it.
Sir, how to convert the input into a capital or simple? The entire.
Ah. Then we can use
Sir, we
str.
can use dot lower, right?
Yes. Now, for the time being, let's say only capital letters. Right now, we haven't discussed about that though. Right now, right, only capital we assume. Right. Okay, then I will show you that. Okay, then it's easier now. I will show you. Right now, if I have x equals hello, H capital E, L L O, and it shows a simple. Now it's a mix, right? It's a mix. Now, if I print this, this is how it's gonna print. After printing, if I want to convert this into uppercase, or you can say x equals x dot upper. If you want to look at it to lowercase, x equals x dot low. Right now, you can see here, this is how you convert it to uppercase, this is how you convert it to the lowercase. Right? When it comes to a string. These are the methods supported in the string, upper, low. Finish with the vowels. Right. Oh, no, no, we don't know about the indexers in the string. No, no, no. Prasad, we don't know the indexers. Hmm? How can you do it? Yes, we can ask user to enter the number and input. Okay, whatever the input we can ask. Then right now we have to check whether for I in n, that means it will go character by character. Like now, if I print this for I in n by printing the I value, if I type Python, it will print it like Python. Right now, that's how it will go line by one character. Now, it's up to you to think how to do it. Right, tell me. Let's say we can have n equals 0, the count. So not n, we can have I equals 0. Then we can have not I, we choose count. Okay, count equals 0, and then for each you can say if now I is equals to, if I is equals to, then you need to make sure whatever, let's say first you can say n equals n dot lower. Right now it get converted to a lower now. Then if I equals a, right now, how can you check whether the other operators? Now, is it a, o? Likewise, do we have to write? Now, will this work? A, then is it e? Like now we'll have x here. Otherwise, it will be if x equals a, if x equals e, if x equals I, if x equals o, x equals u. We can say if it is a vowel, then count plus c equals 1. Okay, you can print the character as well. And then you can print the word and a number of vowels. Count. Right now, what do you think about this? Operator. It says number of vowels equals 2. Is that correct or not? Let's say we have hello. Hello, HELLO right now. Then here I am checking it 0. That's why here it doesn't count. Right, then it would work. Hello, then A, E, and O is there. Then it says hello, number of hours 2. Right. Right. Then again, right now, if even without doing this, then right, even without writing this, even without converting into this, we could have another one called, like, let's say vowels. So like vowels, and then we can have all the vowels, right? A, E, I, O, U and A, E, I, O, U. Right. Then I can check whether x if x in vowels, if x in vowels, I'm gonna count, increase the count by 1. And then hello, if I type hello, it should say 2. If it is whatever the world, hello world, it doesn't matter. I have hello world EE. Likewise, you can have, it doesn't matter now. Capital or simple, it doesn't matter because it will check for all the vowels. But likewise, you will be able to do this. Is this clear? right? Either way you could do. Using multiple if upper conditions you can check with the O operator, or you could convert into a lowercase or uppercase. Right now, the last one. Using the continue keyword, print only the even numbers from 1 to 100 with for loop. Okay? I want you to use the continue keyword with a for loop and then print 1 to 100 numbers. Do it quickly. Right now, okay, again, okay, let's see. For loop x in range, okay, 1 to 101, yes, and then it will display up to 100. Like if it is not equals to 0, that means if it is an odd number, you continue, therefore it won't print the, it won't print. Then only the even numbers will get printed. Right, great. That's how we could do it. Right now, we'll see how can we use to print a pattern, like how to print a pattern using a for loop. Right now, let's say I want to print 1 like 5 times. I want to display this 5 times like this. Okay, how can I do this one? Oh, let's say not 1. I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. I need to display 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times I want to print. Then how can I do it? Now now you can see okay, now you can have the print statement, 2 print statements, and then 4, 5 print statements, and you could do it. But now I'm going to do it using a for loop. Right now, using a nested for loop. One for loop inside another for loop. Right now, for that purpose, I'm going to use 2 for loops. Right now, in order to first test how this is working, I'm going to say starting from 1 and it goes up to 6 here. And it's going to print. Okay, then again, I'm going to have another for loop here. And here I'm going to have that for loop. Let's say y. Right, y in range, and it goes up to y. That means 4 times it's going to print. And then I'm going to print both x values and the y values. Okay, then I may be able to get an idea. Right, then x value first and then the y value. Okay. First try to understand what happens there. Okay, now it gives me, right, now for the first for loop runs for the first time 1. Second for loop runs 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times. And then first for loop goes to the second iteration. Then again, the second for loop, that means nested loop runs 4 times. Right now, if I just print the y value only, right now it gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4 like. Then again, before I go into this, I have to talk about, right now the print function goes to the next line, therefore how to avoid it. Right now, in the print function in Python, like now it prints, and thereafter it will go to the next line. Therefore, here print function also has some parameters. Right now we have not discussed that so far. No, therefore, okay, I think this is the best time for that. Therefore, we will quickly go through the print function. Then the print function here have whatever the values, then you can say object, whatever the object, and it has the separator. Then it has the end value. And if it is a files, you can have file, and then you can have flush as well. Right now, these are the values you're gonna pass. Right now, from these, right now we will see what are the required values and then what are the object. This could be anything, anything we get converted to a string before print. Therefore, what object means anything, it could convert it to a string before print. Then the separate. Right now, the separate is optional. Therefore, this is only the required part. Separate, optional. Now, how this indicate how to separate. Define how to separate objects. How to separate objects. Right now, the default is empty space. Right. And then the end also optional. That defines how to end the line, how to print the end. How do I write it? How to go to the next line? How to end? How to print the end? How to print the end of a line? Right now, the default value is right. The default value is /n. You know what is /n? /n means next line or the new line. Then we have the file. File also optional. Right. Now, file also optional. Where to write? Okay, now this specify defines where to write. Therefore, the default is system.out or system.stdio. That I need to check. I can't remember. I think system.in and system.out are from Java. Standard out. Yeah, I think system.standard out is this. And then we have flush. Flush is also optional. Flush is also optional. Define whether to defines output. Output is flushed. Output is flushed or not. It's a Boolean value. Boolean value. And default is false. Right? Then the default is false. Right now, capital F false, right? Okay. Now that is why right now if I have two objects, let's say hello and world. Even I have not kept any space here. Right now you can see. Now okay, what does it say? Box. Object anything. Well, okay, yeah, it's my valid. Right. Then right now you can see I have not kept any space here. Like I have separated two objects. I have two objects and I want to print two objects. Now what happens? It gives me a space because the default separator is space. And if I if I print two lines, the two print statements, hello world, hi, hello world, I'm going to say Python. Right. Now since I am using two lines, right now after this print statement, the end, because I have not specified the end, therefore it goes to the hello world and it goes to /n, new line. It goes to the new line. Therefore it goes to the new line. Right. Then if I want to, let's say now if I want to separate this right now, if I have given like separate using at sign like this, why is this separate equals at. Right now if I use like that, now you can see here, now these two get separated using not using space. Now previously it was space, so now it is at sign. If I say hyphen, now each words will get separated using hyphen because now I am indicating what is the separation. Right now, even if I say end, if I say end equals dollar value or dollar value or like end equals, I'm going to have slash, two slashes. Right now, what's going to happen is right now you can see it's gonna separate two lines using two words here in this line. It's gonna separate using hyphen. And after this printing this line, it's gonna print a slash and it goes to the next. But here I have not indicated how to end. Therefore, here it will go to the next new line. Okay. Like this, we could change it. Right now, we can define what you want. Right now, here, the objective of teaching this is to print. How can we print on the same line? Therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say end is space. I'm going to say end is space. Therefore, what will happen now? Then it will display on it will print on the same line. See, hello world. And the next line also start at the same place. Then it does the end because optional end is new line. Now that I have changed it, nothing. That means I don't have any space. Like now, this right after this, it will start the next line. Okay, now using this, now by knowing this, now I can say, right now, I wanted to print I value, not the y value. And the end I need to say, okay, print on the same line. And then after the first for loop, after the second for loop, I'm going to go to the space. Therefore, because it prints on the same line, therefore, I know to avoid that, I'm going to have a break. Let's see now what's going to happen. Right now, it's going to display 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See? Now, this is how I achieve this. Right. Now, if you want to print only asterisks here, then you can just print the asterisk. Then this would be 4 asterisks at each line and then it goes to the next. Likewise, it will be like this. Right. Now I want to print Like for an example, 1 and 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. If I want to print like this, okay, think, how can I do this? And do the modifications for this for loop and send it to me via chat, please. Any other questions if you have, you can ask them. Right now, how can I do it? Right now, what if I say it should goes up to x, and then initially since starting from 1 here, I'm going to say I'm going to start from 0. And let's run it and see. Now you can see here, since it is starting from at the first time x equals 1, therefore y value start from 0 and goes up to x. That means first time x equals 1, therefore 0 to 1, one time only. The next time x equals 2, then 0 to 2, 2 times. Then next time x equals 3, 0 to 3, 3 times. Likewise, it will go. Right now, if you want to see actually what is happening here, rather printing the asterisk, we could print the y value and see now what is happening over there. Right. 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right now, if you want to start with 1 again, here you have to say x plus 1. Right. Then you can do the same thing like this. Right. Okay, now I want you to try out to print the reverse of it. 5 times, 4 times, 3 times, 2 times, 1. Okay, reverse of this. I think it's easier for us to have the asterisks. Therefore, we'll have the asterisks here. Now let's try to figure it out to display the lower part of this. Right. Okay, tell me how to do this quickly. Now, can someone suggest me how to do that? Okay, now here we have to start the other way then. Values should start from 6. Starting value has to be then not 6, 5. No? We need only 5 times, right? 5. The stop value should be goes like the one value before the end value it goes, so therefore -1. We'll put 0 and see 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yes, 0. And then the step value is -1, 5, 4, 0, 1 likewise. Then here you're gonna start with 0, and you can go up to x value, and then you can print the asterisk. Let's see. Okay. Now if you have this nearby, if you start from 0, and if you want to go up to 6, that means 1 is already there, no +1. Even you don't have to have 6 and 0. And then it should, if you want to go up to x, right now, like this, you will be able to print this one side. Now, a homework is to print the other half. The homework is to print this one right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. Like the pyramid, first half of the pyramid and the lower part. Now, let's say this is the right side, then the left side I want you to print the left side. That is the homework that I want you to follow. Any questions you can ask now if you have any. Any questions, please ask. I'm done for today. Any questions you can ask now.